Jim Duke Radio Network. A rational voice in a world of conspiracy. Jim Duke Perspective.
My website is jimdukeperspective.com. You can check us out on any of your favorite apps, your favorite podcast players. We are on them all. If you just search Jim Duke Perspective, I urge you to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. I do every week, and I do periodic during in between sometimes. I just did one on the Davos things that I discovered, coming across some other information. So check that out. But we're being deleted all over the place. I was just deleted on TikTok, believe it or not. I put a TikTok. Can you believe that, Darren? On
wow.
TikTok. I put up a teaser. It was just a teaser, and I alluded to the jab, but I didn't say it.
Right. You didn't say it.
And they said community standards deleted. They do not want us talking about that at all. And
or 5G.
Yeah.
Especially the combination of both.
Well, maybe we'll hit 5G a little bit today, but we're not going to talk about the other thing today. I'm going to try to get this on YouTube, maybe. We'll see if we have a chance at all. But anyway,
unless you want to use a code word other than jab or anything else.
I tried, Darren. No, they suspect it all. You remember the disinformation agents out there? They're the rebuilding trust from Davos. It isn't just mending their reputation; it's rebuilding their reputation that were destroyed by us who exposed it. And part of that rebuilding is to squash us, censorship. So,
because one guy, an alternative news guy, talks about it as the tea, like, it's something you drink, like TEA.
Yeah.
You sip, and it seems like it's working. So
okay.
You call it bubble gum, call it anything you want.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they'll know from here on out. Just tell them what word you're going to be using in place of, what.
Okay, that's a good idea. All right. Okay, we'll come up with
milk.
Yeah, unfortunately, mine are too close to the real thing.
Oh, I know. The movie They Live.
Yeah.
Remember, I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick bleep, and I'm all out of bubblegum. How about we use the word bubblegum for...
Really? Yeah. All right. We'll use that. What do we use for NeuraLink?
NeuraLink.
We're going to talk about that. So basically, NeuraLink has had its first human implant.
Wow. Shouldn't be surprised.
One step closer to transhumanism. Elon Musk, who's the billionaire who took over the Twitter platform, saved Twitter, renamed it X to put his X brand on it, as many of his other innovations. He talked about this, the innovations that he had with his first case. So let me read a little bit of it, okay? I gotta blow this up because, of course, I can't see anymore. All right, so in the past, now, there was articles in the past why humanism is not that far-fetched. This is in Science Magazine, all right? So Elon Musk said, we must become cyborgs if we're going to survive the inevitable robot uprising. He argued that to avoid becoming redundant in the face of artificial intelligence, we must merge with machines to enhance our own intellect. These are really outstanding statements by him.
I wonder if that's in Scripture where it talks about mixing iron with clay.
Yeah, I know. Some people have said that, yeah.
Iron being, the AI perhaps, and the clay being us formed from the ground,
What about science falsely called?
Yeah, First Timothy, yeah. Knowledge, falsely so-called, science.
Right. So the knowledge is becoming merged with science here.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, AI.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah.
So he also said, over time, I think we will probably see a closer merger of biological intelligence and digital intelligence. You got to remember what this guy's thinking, okay? A lot of people say he's a hero. He's the Twitter hero, saved Twitter and saved us from censorship on Twitter. They're still censoring things. But the thing is he talks out of both sides of his mouth, and I'm going to prove it in a second. But he's an advocate for this transhumanism, and there's a reason why. There's a reason why, Darren.
I'm sure there is.
Remind me to give you that reason later.
All right.
I hope I get
Put
to
a
it.
note right here.
Yep. Say reason why Elon Musk is for this AI. All right. So transhumanism, if I don't get to it, transhumanism, the advancement of humanity's capabilities through science and technology. And it's already a reality for some people to some degrees. There's this guy, documentary maker Rob Spence, supposedly replaced one of his eyes with a video camera, and amputees are using prosthetic connected to their own nerves and controlled using electrical signals from the brain. Implants are helping regain independence. See, through this Brain Gate project, they're claiming, and I got to be careful with this because I know people that have had nerve endings severed and they can't feel their nerve endings and they got problems, they got pain in their legs, and this would be an answer, actually. It's almost like the Bionic Man. That's basically what it is, the Bionic Man. They're just bringing it to
I used to love that show.
Yeah,
yep.
This is it. You think about it. He was
You're right.
He was a Bionic Man. He was part biological and part science, part technology.
Well, it wasn't his cells, actually. It was just his 2 legs, his 1 arm, and his eye.
Yeah, so he had certain parts. But that's what they're talking about here. Just same thing. It's innocent, Darren. Just if you need an eye, they could put a prosthetic eye in it. They could put a video camera in your eye. If your nerves are severed, they can put prosthetics using electrical signals implanted. This is all part of the humanism. So what's so bad about that, Darren? Maybe it's going to help people, right?
Yeah, you could look at it that way.
Yeah, but we got to be careful what it is doing. And, you want to go that far, why don't we just edit our DNA and make us immune to diseases? That's what the CRISPR genetic program is doing. Now,
there's an alternative approach to doing what they're trying to do, and that's through a natural means, through adult stem cells. We have bone marrow stem cells that circulate, and there's ways to facilitate the production of them.
Right. They say that's immoral too, though.
No, that's not immoral. It's occurring every day. Our stem cells are circulating, going to places that are needed, like injuries, for instance.
So rather than do this.
Exactly, right. This way it would be approved by God. It's a natural way to...
I don't know why they're going this way. Well, his argument is, Elon Musk's argument is, well, many of us already use our phones and tablets and laptops and are really close to the digital world anyway. What's the next step to integrate it into processing power directly? That's what his point is. See, he's going a step further. He's saying some high band with interfaces to the brain will be something that will help achieve a symbiosis between human and machine intelligence and maybe solve the control problem and usefulness problem. Now, I want to get to this next part. Okay, I'll get to another one. So then he went on and talked about Fitbit in your skull, brain chips demonstrated on a pig a couple years ago. He said it fits nicely under the skull. It could be under your hair, and you wouldn't even know it. He's talking about the NeuraLink latest prototype, Link V0.9, a chip that allows humans to control devices with their brains. So now we're talking about controlling devices, like almost like you're your own Wi-Fi. I don't know. He says it could cure people. See, here you go with the benefits again. Oh, it's going to cure people. Cure people with conditions like memory loss, hearing loss, paralysis, brain damage, even anxiety and depression. And he says it's the Link simplifies that device. It's a coin-size device that goes under the skull and would actually replace a piece of the skull. Scotch tape-looking flap is now part of the device. Oh, they're going to Scotch tape this thing to your brain?
I'm wondering if those people who are wearing this can actually have it work against them, where they can actually get controlled by some exterior device.
Well, let's talk about that in a second when we get to that. First, we have to see if they actually did it, because they're saying that it was a reality here and they did it in a pig. Getting a link put into your brain would involve out-of-patient procedures done without even anesthesia. Electrodes are inserted very carefully. So they did this in a pig. Didn't they do this? Who's that guy? Jose Delgado? Did he do that with the bull? Did he actually do an implant? He controlled the bull through electromagnetic frequencies, calmed the bull. I think he did that through an implant.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah,
Wow.
in the 60s. So this technology is out there. It's just that they're implementing it in a more vital way through modern technology. And this Elon Musk guy, the hero of Twitter, is supposedly leading the way of this. So the news was just recently, Elon Musk announced he now does have his first implant patient, first brain chip in a human. He says the patient's recovering well with signs of promising neuron spike detection. The surgery was not a surprise. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration had given his company the clearance to carry out this first trial implant on a human. So it is now in a human. Initial results show promising neuron spike detection. A day after the chip was implanted, spikes are actively by neurons. And it says something about the cell's electrical and chemical signals sending information around the brain to the body. Of course, there's no further details on how it works. I guess it's a secret, Darren. You want to try it?
No, thanks.
And he said again, it enables control of your phone or computer through almost any device just by thinking. Stephen Hawking could communicate faster than a typist, the fastest typist.
Some speculate that Stephen was just a puppet used by these the cabal, the elites there. You know, there was actually them talking to make it look like it was him.
You don't know. But was he a vegetable just sitting back? Wouldn't his reactions kind of reveal? He still had his emotional reactions. If somebody said something that I didn't like, I'd be like, "What? No, not me." You know, you can't say it, but his facial expressions would say something, you'd think.
Oh, yeah.
Unless he was a total vegetable. I don't, you know, he actually didn't show expression, did he?
Not really. Not that I've seen.
So maybe they just kept him alive. You know, the Weekend with Bernie or whatever that was, that movie where they propped up the guy.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that was funny.
Yeah, but this is real life.
The parts that I've seen, yeah.
So I'm going through this article. I'm kind of reading any highlights here. Crypto influencer. So there's things to consider here when you're doing this, but they did try it in the first human. But it's transhumanism. NeuraLink transhumanism, the dawn of digitally enhanced humans. There's an article here, just came out. It says recently it gained approval. Same thing, NeuraLink. It's developing a pioneering brain-computer interface referred to as the Link. Probably the Link to V0.9 that we talked about previously.
Or could it be the missing link?
I don't know. It's a conduit between human mind and digital devices. How does it work? It works. Robotic gadget surgically makes a small incision into the skull, implants an ultrafine thread, and somehow it affects the neurons. Transmits signals to other cells in the body, encompassing our muscles and nerves. NeuraLink electrodes embedded. I wonder if their electrodes need to be like shown, like if they have to actually embed it in, or if they could just just stick it in, and then it's undetected after that, or does the person look like he's got diodes sticking out of him or whatever?
Well, I'm sure they're way beyond that advanced, method.
Now, it talks about how the ability to connect with our environment through direct interface could revolutionize our experience of the world. With a world dominated by AI, you could basically be interfaced with GPT, communicating it right with your mind. How do you shut it off? Like, what if don't record this? Don't do that. You know, your everyday passing thought. You know, I wouldn't mind an interface though that can collect all my thoughts, because sometimes I go through my thoughts so fast I don't remember what I just thought about. Like, I come up with song ideas. It'd be great to capture them all. My database would be like 30,000 gigabytes, it's
terabytes, something.
Terabytes, trying to capture all my thoughts, but they'd all be fragmented and incoherent anyway. It would be of any use, the way I rapidly jump from subjects to subject. I'd have to have a secretary sorting out all my thoughts. But yeah, they're talking about NeuraLink linking with OpenAI, and this is the rise of transhumanism. They actually admit this.
Wow.
But in a good way, Darren, not in a bad way. Not in the way you're thinking. In a good way. If you say it's in a good way and the benefits outweigh the risks, then it's all good. It's all good, Darren. You're okay. Don't think evil. Only if you think evil will it be evil. See, this is part of, do it by faith. Don't think evil. Think happy thoughts. This is happy thoughts, Darren. This is going to benefit you. Don't think evil. And then it won't be evil, right? No, it's still evil, whether Well, people are saying, well, how is it evil? Why do you guys say it's evil? It's helping people. Well, why are we saying it's evil? I don't know. Maybe because it just sounds suspicious? Maybe because we don't want to be connected digitally and have digital interfaces interacting with us? Controlling our thoughts or helping us to, moving for us. This to me sounds like the Matrix, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Very much so.
Problem is you got the powerful billionaires, technocrat leaders, these guys like Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Mark Anderson, they developed advancements in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these different apps. Now so I said to you, what did I say to you? Remind me of.
Remind you of something.
You had it written down, you said.
Well, I didn't write it down. I just have a note here.
Right, what's the
reminder?
Note? You remember the note? Okay. See, if you had an implant of NeuraLink and AI technology, you could just recall it and say, oh, Jim, here's what you wanted to say. Mm-hmm. And then,
so maybe this thing is good.
Yeah, maybe I need it.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Well, what I was going to say is these guys are CEOs of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these different technologies. Remember Mark Zuckerberg made an advancement towards wanting to interface Facebook? Yes. He wanted to make a brain interface, direct brain connection to Facebook. Mm-hmm. I mean, Facebook is bad enough. Now they want to interface it in our brains? Imagine going down the road, Darren. I'm answering people on Facebook on my comments while I'm driving or going down the road. I don't even have to look at Facebook anymore.
Unbelievable.
Facebook is responding to my NeuraLinks. This is crazy stuff.
It is.
I don't want that. But these powerful billionaires, and you got to remember, Elon Musk might be the hero to some. He is a billionaire technocrat. He's involved with transhumanism, AI. He's advancing it. He's funding it. He's invested in it. The problem is the philosophy of these guys are nihilism. That means that they think the value of reality is limited to binary connections or calculations. Nihilism, they don't believe like we in reality have our own emotions. Our emotions should be digitized. They're basically robots. They think we should all be transhumans.
Yeah. Something other than in the image of God.
Exactly. That's the evil of it. That's what I'm trying to get at. They're replacing human thought and human interaction and human emotion with calculated binary technology. They want us to be calculated. That way there's no real sadness. There's no real harm. There's no... Imagine if you could be controlled. God doesn't even want to do that. God doesn't even want you controlled against your will.
That's right.
He allows us our will in order to make the decisions towards him. And yes, there'll be consequences for choosing otherwise, but he wants us to make those decisions. He's not going to choose eternal life for you. He's not going, I mean, he wishes it, he wills it for everybody, but he's not going to make you choose him. You have to choose him on your own. You have to believe on your own. It's not a binary calculation. It's not like, okay, you believe and he doesn't believe. God even awards us that ability to think or to choose. And these guys want to use NeuraLinks and all these interfaces to help us make decisions, to make decisions for us. It's a virtual world, the metaverse. Why do you think Zuckerberg's changing it from Facebook to metaverse? This meta digital universe, replacing reality. This is the Matrix, Darren.
It is.
The Matrix. So that's what I was saying, that these guys, that's why they can seamlessly jump towards transhumanism, because they have no souls themselves. Now they're talking about mind dating, mind uploading, data uploads, and all this stuff. They're doing all this kind of crazy stuff. Organic brains linked in with the computer programs to upload your thoughts. DNA is going digital. What could possibly go wrong, they say? This is biology is becoming increasingly digitized. This article here, what's this by? This is in CBS News.
Wow.
CBS
You're at the store, you
News,
need to buy something, you just walk through like some type of scanner and you pay for it without,
CBS News reported biology is being digitized. Researchers are using computers to analyze DNA and using it to synthesize with digital biotechnology. Playing God. We are in the midst of genetic revelation. This is in CBS News warning us.
Wow. I'm seeing some good things in the mainstream news, I'll tell you.
I don't know. I'm kind of confused because at the same time they're advertising it and kind of boasting about it. They're bringing... I read something last time about CNBC. No, you weren't on. I did a special on the Davos, reported by CNBC, about the secret tunnels they're doing satanic rituals in. This stuff's crazy.
Kind of like a CERN, too.
Yeah.
Davos, Switzerland, yeah.
Now, I wanted to also report, just as much as Elon Musk is involved in innovating and funding AI, according to ready for this, Darren? According to CNN, Elon Musk is also warning destruction by AI. How AI could be causing civilization destruction, even as he invests in it. Remember I told you this before? He's on both sides. He supports AI, and then at the same time, he's warning against it. This is an interview with CNN.
That makes no sense. It's like, are they...
Yeah.
Wow. CNN.
Elon Musk warns AI is more dangerous than a lot of these other technologies.
For him to say that means that says a lot. That's warning the people to, hey, wake up.
While he's developing it. He's developing it and funding it and saying at the same time, oh, but it's dangerous. Could be dangerous. Okay, well then why are you doing this? Because I want to innovate it. But he's hoping, Darren, that there's more good than harm that comes from it. This is, you can't make this stuff up. According to a CNBC report, Folks, I just want to make you aware, as much as we're against mainstream media, I'm sharing with you news from mainstream media that's actually on our side, warning against this stuff. Elon Musk went on to call the future of AI at a time when eventually outsmarts humanity as dangerous. He said if we're not careful, we have to safeguard our lives because AI may dangerously outsmart us. Wait a minute. Whose side are you on? Thank God CNN's reporting this.
They probably realize the ratings are so bad they need to do something.
No, this one's CNBC.
Oh, CNBC.
Yeah, but the last one was CNN. I mean, I'm telling you, folks, they're warning us at the same time they're doing it.
Makes no sense.
Now, there's an article here. I didn't read it all. I just want to see what it says. It says AI and brain interfaces, demonic encounters.
Oh, wow.
What we got to be careful of is when this technology that they say is our friend for our benefit goes haywire and it's being used. Now, you mentioned, Darren, what stops them from using it the other way, right?
Right.
What stops them from turning it on us?
Right. The people who have it implanted, they could be, used against that person, whether it's privacy or through manipulation of their thoughts.
As it is, technology and webs and all that stuff is susceptible to tapping into our thoughts, not our reading our minds, but tapping into our legible thoughts and our writings and our posts and getting information from us that way.
Like
but
the thought of God, like the voice of God. Remember the skull, voice to skull?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but when we're talking about this technology and interfaces, if we're using the interface to connect with Facebook is also countering that and talking back to us.
Right.
Right? So it's happening the opposite way, where they're able to read our thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Imagine getting into an argument with somebody and you two are not even talking, you're just thinking.
Yeah. Just thinking each. And then you just see the facial expressions getting mad.
Right, yeah.
You don't hear nothing.
Yeah.
He's mad at you.
People been smoking cannabis.
Yeah. Oh, those two are having an argument. They're just pouting at each other.
There's no sound. They're just arguing with their minds.
They're just looking away at each other. What are they doing? Oh, they're having a conversation. They're having an argument.
Yeah.
And then AI's getting in the middle of it going, guys, don't argue.
Right.
Come on. I got a calculated compromise for both of you.
Things like that will take place if it does.
It will.
Yeah.
It could.
Stranger. Yeah.
It could. All right. I think that's all I got, Darren. We're going to
good
stop there.
These stories are getting stranger and stranger.
Well, no, this is real. This is not
I know.
like...
I'm just saying. This world is weird, and it's getting weirder by the day.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we maybe I'll supplement this as I start reading some of this, and sometimes I add some supplement episodes in between. So maybe I'll do that if I find some. All right. Thanks for listening. My website, jimdukeperspective.com. You can listen on any of your favorite apps. We're on them all, all the apps, all the players. Share this information, please. It's the only way we get out there. If you feel like helping us with this effort, you can give on Patreon or on PayPal or whatever. You can find those links on my website. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.